Right, if you haven't seen how it works, it's very, very simple. It's built on a suction cup, so you place it on any smooth, flat surface, you pull down on the handle, and that'll lock it right into place. This way, you're not holding the sharpener in one hand while you're holding that knife in the other. Now, the blades in the middle are made out of tungsten carbide steel. You'll never wear them out. If you do, please tell us how you did it, and we'll send you another one. Now, I want you to keep your eyes on the top of the sharpener as I draw the knife towards me. See, whenever you sharpen a knife, you have to remove metal from the blade. You can actually see the metal coming right off that knife. Now, I don't expect you to remove that much metal every time you sharpen your knife, because if you did, 6 months from now, you won't have a knife, and all you'll be left with is the handle. I do that on purpose. I'm actually using a very dull knife, just so you can see for yourself how powerful those blades are. But if I take a knife out of your kitchen, something that we'll say is relatively sharp, and I do the same thing, watch closely. The amount of metal that's coming off that knife is far less significant. In other words, you can sharpen your knives every day. It won't ruin the knife, but please believe me, that knife is going to be razor sharp. Now, you can use my sharpener on anything, whether it's a pocket knife, paring knife, meat cleaver, machete, but the one knife that I get asked about the most has to be serrated knives, bread knives, steak knives. See, with a regular knife, it's one straight edge. With a serrated knife, you're sharpening those teeth individually. You still place it in the V the same way. The only difference is when you pull that blade back, you want to move it slowly. The slower the blade is moving, the easier it is to sharpen each and every one of those teeth. Not only that, but if the teeth are out of alignment, you will realign the teeth at the same time. Now, it's always a good idea, if you do remember when you're done, to wash and wipe the blade clean. If you forget, you do save a lot of money on iron supplements. Now, let me show you quickly how to sharpen a pair of scissors, shears, or your gardening tools, and then I'm done. When I sharpen my scissors, the first thing that I do is I replace one of those metal blades with a special nylon blade, and you can actually see it inside that green one there. And the reason why I do that is because when I sharpen a knife, I sharpen on both sides. When you sharpen a pair of scissors, you only sharpen on one side. So for a knife, you're using the two metal blades and you're holding it like that. For a pair of scissors, you put that nylon blade and you just lean the back of the scissors against it. Now that flat beveled edge will run flush across the remaining blade. Turn it over, do the same thing on the other side. That'll sharpen any kind of scissors. Now, you don't have to remember anything. It does come very well explained in the instructions. If you want to do a set of gardening shears, they're the same as scissors, they're just bigger. Now, most people don't usually sharpen their gardening shears. They just throw them in the shed, they let them get rusty, they go to the store and they buy a new pair of shears. If you go home tonight and you sharpen just one pair of shears, you'll pay for this the first time you use it. Now, if you want to do the loppers, the clippers, the pruners, they're easy. Simply take the blade out in the middle, run it through there about 2 to 3 times. If you want to do chisels, axes, lawnmower blades, this is a much harder steel, so you will pull that through at least a dozen times. And by the way, if you can't get the blade out of the mower, you'll save yourself a lot of energy if you just take the sharpener to it. Now, one last thing you have to consider if you are going to get one, and that is whether you're planning to use it in the kitchen or whether you're going to use it in the garden. And the reason I say that is all of your gardening tools come in contact with poisons, pesticides, tree sap, and the crap from your dog, literally. Your wife doesn't want you to sharpen the bread knife with the same one you used out in the shed. That's why we make them in different colors. Now, when you open it up, you'll notice that the red one's got those two metal blades. It comes with that little nylon blade on the side. The green one, on the other hand, will already have the nylon blade fitted in it. It comes with a spare metal blade on the side. And the reason we did that is because if you put the red one in the kitchen and the green one in the garden, 99% of your gardening tools you only need to sharpen on one side. So it's already set up for you. Okay? Now, if you don't get them from me here at the show, the only other place they're available is if you get them out of a catalogue or online. In the catalogue, they sell for $49.95 plus shipping. Now, if that sounds like a lot of money, pay someone to professionally sharpen every single knife that you currently own, whether it's a bread knife, steak knife, chef knife. Then open up a drawer where you've got half a dozen dull pair of scissors, and then if you send them out to the shed, to the pruners, the clippers, the loppers, they'll charge you a lot more than $50 just to do that. Now, here at the show, we save you the shipping. We cut the price in half. So if you want to get just one, it's $25 for one. Now, if you want one for the kitchen and one for the garden, it's better still. We do 2 for $40. If you want any more than that, they're only $20 each after that. So 3 for $60, 4 for $80. The best thing is to put away for Christmas. Buy 5, you get the 6th one free. Now, one last thing to show you. When you get home tonight, do me a favour, find the sharpest knife you've already got, then sharpen it some more. When you feel that you've got that knife as sharp as you can get it, take a nice ripe tomato and see how well the knife cuts it. Now while he's doing all that, I want you to sharpen something with this, but not a knife because that's easy. You ever had a paper cut? Yeah, find a piece of paper or a piece of plastic. I'm going to use a gift card. You can use a credit card, it doesn't matter. And then I want you to simply run it through the middle of my sharpener, maybe half a dozen times. Now after he's spent 20 to 30 minutes trying to sharpen his knife the old-fashioned way, you understand he's going to bring that knife into the kitchen, and that knife is either going to slice right through that tomato or it won't. Personally, I don't care if he cuts the tomato with his knife. I want you to take that piece of plastic and ask yourself, why would you sharpen your knife with anything other than this? It works that easy. Now, if you don't want to get them, we do take cash, check the credit card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And you guys that came late, you missed the start of the demonstration. Let me do it again from the very start for you. Watch this.